Welcome back. Today we're doing this tag you call the genre tag.
No, it's not.
Okay, these are books that we've never read, that we want to read in our favorite genres.
Correct.
Very distinct.
I'm pulling it up. I'm not listening.
Okay. So
I have different genres because I don't have one in the same genre that I want to read. So I'm cheating, but she's not. I don't think
I'm not cheating.
I don't know.
I'm not cheating. So you're gonna get a
variety from us today.
Yeah.
So the first book I want to read, or I guess we want to read, is called The Winter King because we both saw this. I saw this girl on TikTok. She had made
We can put
the girl in front of us.
You've inspired.
Because the way she talked about it was just all the fantasy things that we love combined, like The Witcher, Thor.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounded really interesting, and she said you're foaming at the mouth for their relationship, and I was like, say less, I'm here. So we both added it to our Goodreads. But I'll give you the description. Okay. After 3 long years of war, starkly handsome Winter Atralian will have his vengeance on Summerlea's king by taking one of the man's beautiful, beloved daughters as his bride. But though peace is finally at hand, Winter's battle with the Ice Heart, the dread power that embraced to avenge his brother's death, rages on. Camson's last name something, Princess of Summerlea and Summer of Storm. Shut up! Her life exiled to the shadows of her father's palace, reviled by her father, marriage to Winter Craig's. There's a lot more names that Winter Craig's icy king was supposed to be a terrible punishment, but instead offers calm. Now it's a nickname. Calm.
I do not know.
Hopefully somebody knows.
Don't know. We'll have to look this up.
Her first taste of freedom. Her first taste of overwhelming passion. As fierce.
Passion? Oh shit.
As fierce.
Indomitable.
See, I've never heard of these words before. This would be hard for me to read. Winter weathers. Even Camson's wildest storms. Surprising her.
This is the worst. We've spent 5 minutes trying to just decipher.
Shut up.
We.
Surprising her with a tenderness she never expected. Cam wants more than Winter's passion. She yearns for his love. But the power of the Ice Heart is growing. Dangerous forces are gathering, and a devastated betrayal puts Camson and Winter to the ultimate test. I'm not good at fantasy names.
Me either. I looked at that and I said, "Oh,
she's not."
This is a what's it called? An internal book because I could never read this stuff out loud. Okay, I chose for my first book. I'm doing fantasy romance genres, and I chose Throne of the Fallen, and this says. Sinner, villain, wicked. The Prince of Envy has never claimed to be a saint. But when a cryptic note arrives signaling the beginning of a deadly game, he knows it will take more than a hint of sin to win and save his falling demon court. Riddles, hexed objects, anonymous players. Nothing will stand in his way.
Not riddles.
Though none of his meticulous plans prepare him for her, the frustrating artist who ignites his sin like no other. Virtuous, darling, liar. The trouble with scoundrels and blackguards is that they have a modicum of honor. A fact Miss Camilla Antonius learns after one desperate mistake allows Waverly Green's most notorious rake to blackmail her. A rake? Okay. To avoid a ruinous scandal, Camilla is forced to enter a devil's bargain with Envy, little expecting his game will awaken her true nature. Together, Envy and Camilla must embark on a perilous journey through the underworld, from glittering demon courts to sultry vampire realm and beyond, while trying to avoid the most dangerous trap of all, falling in love. Ooh!
I'm gonna be so far. I didn't know most of the words you just said. But I understood the last part, and I was like, sounds good.
What word did you know?
Like, basically, everything after it says no other, I think. Let's move on. That sounds really good, though. Okay. But I understood the end of it. So.
Okay. Well,
next book I want to read, I'm sure most of you all will know. It's called Binding 13. And it's like a found family vibe. I know that there's like a lot of relationships in it, and I've heard everybody talk about it. So Here's the synopsis, if you will. His first, last, and only true love has always been rugby, until now. He wants to save her. She wants to hide. She's damaged. He's determined. Fate brought them together. Love binds them. Johnny has everything going for him. On the rugby pitch, he's a force to be reckoned with. Primed for stardom. He's heading straight for the top. Nothing can possibly get in his way, right? Not even the shy new girl at Tommen College. Oh, it's a college romance. I thought it was high school, honestly. The one with the sad eyes and hidden bruises. The one that distracts him like no one else ever has. Plagued with... Stop. Wow. Plagued with a hidden injury and desperate to impress the scouts watching his every move, Johnny has been placed on a pedestal so high he has no room to make mistakes. Striving to maintain balance, and on the crest of the international summer campaign, Johnny needs to keep his head in the game. He needs to stay focused and cannot afford to let distractions get in the way of the bigger picture. But what happens when the lonely girl with sad eyes becomes the only picture? Oh, that kind of ate, didn't it? Life has never been easy for Shannon Lynch. Bullied and tortured, she arrives at Tomlin College midway through the school year, praying for a fresh start and desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. On the very first day, alliance with the rugby. Why are all sports romances like this? With rugby rising star, falling into a complicated friendship and grappling with their undeniable chemistry, Johnny and Shannon must face obstacles that threaten their relationship. Two teenagers from the opposite side of the tracks collide.
Wow, anyway. Sounds kind of like a Romeo and Juliet style romance. Even like, I don't know, what's it called? West Side Story style. Yeah. Back to the fantasy romance. Okay, next book I want to read is the Book of Asriel. Good.
It's by Amber Nicole.
It sounds good. It's supposed to be a fantasy romance. And it says, for thousands of years after the gods' war, the Etherworld, Etherworld, has known peace. But soon, that too will change. An old enemy, driven by revenge, slowly builds an army behind the scenes. Temples are being ransacked in search of an item long lost, and enemies since the dawn of time must put aside their differences if they have any hope for survival.
You read that so quick.
Thank you.
My next book is a Christmas romance, and a lot of people have been talking about it, and it sounds pretty cute, nothing serious, so if I don't get to it, I'm not going to be that upset. It's called Snowden. I'm sure you've heard of it if you watch like other book talkers, And it's by Catherine Walsh. Megan is dreading going home for the holidays. She's in the village pariah. Oh my god, I've never said that word out loud.
Good job, pariah.
The she-devil who left local golden boy Isaac at the altar 4 years ago and ran away to the big city. She could really do without the drama, particularly as he's engaged again, and she's just been up for the 4th time this year. Christian's fed up.
I said Hallmark, man.
Christian's fed up of being on his own every Christmas. He doesn't mind being alone, but he hates his family's sad eyes and soft tones as they sit around coupled up because he's actually totally fine. So when Megan literally bumps into Christian in a Dublin, why are you hitting me?
I was bumping into you. I'm acting out the story.
You don't got it. And I didn't do it for you. In a Dublin pub, they come up with a pact to see through the holiday season. They're going to be the very best fake dates for each other ever. Rules are drawn up, a contract is signed on a wine-stained napkin. I just have a feeling it'll come back at the end. They will sit through each other's family gatherings and be outrageously in love until freed from their annual obligations. After all, it's only for a few weeks. But with everyone home for the holidays, 2 big families to deal with alongside old friends, old flames and old feelings, things are bound to get messy. And when a snowed-in cabin and a little Christmas magic are added to the mix, anything can happen. A swim-worthy and utterly gorgeous romantic comedy that will make you laugh out loud and fall completely in love. Fans of Emily Henry, won't be able to put this on. But I love fake dating, and I love a good holiday cute romance.
Yeah, that sounds really cute. Sounds so
people are giving it like 4 stars.
like a Hallmarky style.
It's cute, though.
Yeah.
So
It kind of made me think of the movie with Nina Dobrev. Okay, my next book I want to read. This book series in general has like either a ton of hate or a ton of love. I don't know where to stand. She thinks I'll hate it. I don't know where I stand. But I kind of want to see it out for myself. And it's from Blood and Ash. And it says, a maiden chosen from birth to usher in a new era. Poppy's life has never been her own. The life of the maiden is solitary, never to be touched, never to be looked upon, never to be spoken to, never to experience pleasure, waiting for the day of her ascension. She would rather be with the guards, fighting back the evil that took her family, than preparing to be found worthy by the gods. But the choice has never been hers. A duty, the entire kingdom's future, rests on Poppy's shoulders. Something she's not even quite sure she wants herself, because a maiden has a heart and a soul and longing. And when Hawk, a golden-eyed guard, honor bound to ensure her ascension, enters her life, destiny and duty become tangled with desire and need. He incites her anger, makes her question everything she believes in, and tempts her with the forbidden, a kingdom forsaken by the gods and feared by immortals. A fallen kingdom is rising once more, determined to take back what they believe is theirs through violence and vengeance. And as the shadow of those curses draws closer, the line between what is forbidden and what is right becomes blurred. Poppy is not only on the verge of losing her heart and being found unworthy by the gods, but also her life, when every blood-soaked thread that holds her world together begins to unravel. Sounds interesting. And it says at the top that it won like 2020 Goodreads Book of the Year thing, so. You think I'd hate it?
I think you'd hate it.
Yeah.
I think you would love it.
Okay. Anyway.
My last book I have for today is Mistborn. I have the pocket size. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and I'm pretty sure it's a fantasy. The mist rules the night. The Lord Ruler owns the world. Once a hero rose to save the world, he failed. Ever since, the world has been a wasteland of ash and mist, controlled by a mortal emperor known as the Lord Ruler. But hope survives. A new uprising is forming, one built around the ultimate caper, the cunning and brilliant criminal mastermind, and the determination of an unlikely heroine, a street urchin. Is that urchin?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Who must learn to master the power of a Mistborn. So
That
I was
sounds interesting, actually.
I really like fantasy romance, and people really love him to start you off with fantasy. So I was like, I bought this on sale when the book's like mid-year or whatever for the sale. I got all 3 of these pocket size for like $12. So I was like, that's just like, and I got the Way of the Kings, that big book that is $30. I got that one for like $18 or $15. So I definitely want to read that next year, but this is a book I would love to get. People really love Brandon Sanderson. That was my last book. Here's your last book.
My last book is Powerless. Also a fantasy romance, and everyone I know has read it, meaning you and people on TikTok. So, it says, she is the very thing he spent his whole life hunting. He is the very thing she spent her whole life pretending to be. Only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Ilia, the exceptional, the empowered, the elites. The powers these elites have possessed for decades were graciously gifted to them by the plague, though not all were fortunate enough to be both survive the sickness and reap the reward. Those born ordinary are just that, ordinary. And when the king decreed that all ordinaries be banished in order to preserve his elite society, lacking in ability suddenly became a crime, making Peyton Gray a felon by fate and a thief by necessity. Surviving in the slums as an ordinary is no simple task, and Peyton knows this better than most. Having been betrayed by her father to be overly observant since she was a child, Peyton possesses a psychic in the crowded city, blending in with elites as best as she can in order to stay alive and out of trouble. Easier said than done. When Peyton unsuspectingly saves one of Ilia's princes and she finds herself thrown into the purging trials, the brutal competition exists to showcase the elite's powers, the very thing Peyton lacks. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for certainly will if he discovers what she is, completely ordinary. It's a thick book. Wow. Lots of books to read, so little time, so many other things you have to do.
Oh, literally. But This book was really good.
Anyway, yeah, hopefully you like these kind of books too.
Thank you for watching today's video. It's
Vlogmas Day
8 Bookmas Day 8 as well. Whatever you want
Bookmas, yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. This isn't like a vlog. We're not doing vlogs, but we're doing books. But we're gonna be pre-filming a lot of things today. So
if we look like this a lot, if we look like this a lot in the next coming videos,
I'm not taking off this makeup.
I'm not changing my clothes constantly.
So
anywho,
but thank you for watching today's video. We'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe, girl.
bye.